Fulham 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 4. Yes, that's right. Wolves have won 4-1. Do not adjust your screens. It's a fantastic and another much needed win and an away win for Wolves. It's our first away win in a long, long time. And Wolves do it in emphatic style. And I think Gary O'Neill's going to be very, very happy. I think Wolves fans are going to be happy. I think some Wolves fans will be eating a little bit of humble pie after the lineup came out, which we'll talk about as well. But as always, if you watch the game, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below and give me your reaction on the result, and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as we close in on 18,000 subscribers. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll flag the team up on the screen right now. We saw Sarr start, and in order on the lineup screen: Rodrigo Gomez, Semedo, Totti, Aït-Nouri, Bellegarde, João Gomez, Lamina, Andre Cunha and Strand Larsen. And as you can see, really only one registered centre-back in Totti Gomez, who has pretty much been playing left-back for the last few weeks. But I tell you what, that was for such a, on paper, let's say, a disjointed team. Wolves put in a really solid performance today and really took their opportunities well. Probably could have been more with some of the half chances that we had. Rode our luck at times, but you know, we wouldn't have it any other way. And there were a lot of fans. I thought, wow, you know, we were unsure on the availability of Dawson and Santi Bueno. Obviously, Dawson sounds like he was ill. Bueno still not quite fit enough. So this was a big risk by Gary O'Neill, and we pretty much saw a back four of Semedo, Totti, Lamina as the centre back with Aït-Nouri at left back. And I tell you what, I don't think Lamina looked out of place. I think having a player with that ability on the ball worked so well for Wolves, and I'm sure I'll talk about it more throughout the video as well. We did go behind in typical Wolves fashion, and it was a strike from range from Alex Iwobi, who, to be fair, individually has a very good record against Wolves, even when he was at Everton. Always seemed to get the better of us. A strike from range, curling towards goal anyway, but takes a deflection, which does take it past Jose Sarr, so a little bit frustrating. If you want to be ultra critical, can someone get out there and press him a little bit tighter to make it more difficult? But I think with the way he's bent it around a couple of the bodies that are in front of Jose Sarr, it's a half-decent strike. I think Sarr probably gets to it without the deflection. It's just enough of a nick to take it past the keeper. But we reacted quite well. Matheus Cunha with the finish. But I tell you what, this phenomenal ball by Lamina just spots the run from Cunha in behind. Beautiful ball over the top. Cunha with a couple of touches and just lofts it over the goalkeeper. I think if you watch that goal as almost like a silhouette version, you would think it's Ruben Neves pinging it across to the likes of Raul Jimenez or Diogo Jota back in 2018, 2019. That's how good it was, and the quality on the ball and the finish. But a great way for Wolves to get back into the game and 1-1 at half time as well. You know, Fulham hit the post once or twice throughout the game, and you know, we did ride our luck, like I said, but going forward, again, we created good chances. And for a team with players here, there and everywhere in terms of positionally, it was still a really solid performance. In the second half, I really think Wolves got out of first gear and tested Fulham even more. And I think the key to the second half was getting that goal as early as we did in the second half. I think it was João Gomez, who has been a little bit of an unlikely goal scorer over the last few weeks, hasn't he? Scored the goal against Palace, scores again today, and it's a lovely little ball through by Cunha, who once again gets another goal contribution, and João Gomez smashes it across goal past Leno to give us that 2-1 lead. And Wolves still created chances. It's not like we went, put handbrake on and parked the bus. You know, we still tried to create half chances or one or two opportunities. That Aït-Nouri doesn't quite connect with the ball to get a cross in. João Gomez had one or two half chances as well. But then, sort of 70 minutes on, I'm looking at the clock. You can sort of see when I do these videos how red I am, because I get so worked up. My heart rate is pumping. I would say I'm pulling my hair out, but I haven't got much of it left, as you can see. But after 70 minutes onwards, I was looking at the clock. I was like, well, let's get to 75. Let's get to 80. And then around the 80-minute mark is probably where the momentum completely swung in Wolves' favour, because you think we've got a centre-back issue. Fulham have very few centre-backs as well. I think we have more centre-backs injured than they've got centre-backs in their whole squad, to be fair. And Anderson comes off injured for Fulham, despite them already making their 5 substitutions. So ultimately, they can't make a sub and they go down to 10 men. And they didn't really adjust because they're 2-1 down. They still have to go for the game. It worked well in Wolves' favour. And for the first few moments, when they went down to 10 men, I thought we just allowed for them a little bit too much of the ball. But sometimes all it takes is that moment of brilliance. And if you need brilliance from anybody in the Premier League as of right now, you don't have to get much further than Matheus Cunha, because once again he pulls out a remarkable finish. And I said it on Sky Sports on the overlap, and I think it should be officially released this coming week, so I'll look like a genius. I said Mateus Cunha right now can walk into any Premier League 11, and I'll stand by that, because the way that bloke is playing, and I don't want to say dragging this team on, and but the way he can grab the game by the scruff of the neck and come out with a moment of brilliance. He showed it again on 2 or 3 occasions today, but the finish today, edge of the box, barely even looking at the goal, and he hits it so beautifully that it loops over Leno into the top corner again. It rivals the quality of the strike that we saw from him against Southampton to send us 3-1 up, and really my heart rate would have just dropped after that, because I think, sigh of relief, away win for Wolves. But it didn't end there. Wolves wrapped it up. We saw a few changes. We saw Hwang Hee-chan come on, first time in a long time since his injury, and Gonzalo Guedes, who's or Guedes. Someone moaned at me for saying Guedes the other day. Guedes comes off the bench. And he's had opportunities this season. He played really well in the Cup earlier on the season, but not really had loads of moments. But it opens up for him. And to be fair to him, when he gets that chance, he's taking it really well. And it's good to see players who, especially Gonzalo, where it's just not worked for him at Wolverhampton Wanderers. And Gary O'Neill is sort of not getting the best out of him, but got him in a mind and a headspace that he can succeed at Wolverhampton Wanderers, and has given him the opportunity. So it's lovely to see him get on the score sheet, to be honest. And we saw Alfie Pond come on towards the end as well to I believe it was probably his Premier League debut. But a monumental 3 points for Wolves. And I haven't actually checked, but I'm going to check whilst I speak now. In terms of the Premier League table, surely Wolves are now out of the bottom 3 after that win. As it stands, yeah, we've gone up to 17. So it's nice. And, you look at the fixture list. We've got some favourable fixtures. We're out of the goal difference by a point at the moment. 2 wins, 4 unbeaten. And a win next week against Bournemouth, which is doable because they lost again today, I believe. You can shoot up 2 or 3 places. So Wolves are in a better position now. Still not out of the woods. I don't think Gary O'Neill's job security is, very secure still. I think he will be under pressure regardless. But I think he deserves a lot of credit today for the way that he just did the team. He got a team of players that on paper shouldn't necessarily work, but it worked today. Yes, maybe we're fortunate to get goal 3 and 4, but ultimately I still have belief that Wolves would have seen out the game if it was 11 versus 11 anyway. But huge 3 points for Wolves. It finishes Fulham 1, Wolves 4. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully you do enjoy the rest of your weekend. Come on, you Wolves.